Good evening and welcome. It is great to have all of you here, those of you who are able to join us tonight for our live streaming event. I am Alicia Bono. I am principal of this pirate ship.
And I'm Matt Ellis, assistant principal.
All right, well, just like everything in the past 10 months, this is obviously the first time we will ever do anything like this. And so we're just all gonna roll with it. But we are really excited to be able to do a live event for you as opposed to just sharing a bunch of videos. We here at CLP, being an IB school, we believe in really good risk taking, and we always talk to our students about being risk takers. And so tonight we're being a huge risk taker by doing it this way. We think you're gonna like it, but we have planned if we happen to lose internet completely and this live event stops, we will have a recording of everything that we'll then end up putting on the website, and we'll email out to all of you, and then we'll just go directly into our Q&A session. If that happens, hopefully it won't. So as I said, again, my name is Alicia Bono. I'm the principal here. This is my 9th year on this pirate ship, and every single day is better than the last. Our goal tonight is to give you all the information that you need to either, if you have an elementary student coming to CLP and you know they're coming, we want to make sure you have all the information that you feel you need tonight to feel like you have a good idea of what CLP Middle School looks like for your child. If you are still in the process of choosing what middle school to send your child to, then we want to make sure that you have all the information that you need to make that decision, because it's a really important decision and you want to make the right one. The good news is you can't go wrong in Poudre School District. Obviously, we believe here that CLP is the absolute best choice. I definitely believe that as a principal and as a mom of a CLP pirate. I chose my own daughter into CLP, and in fact, we currently have 4 staff members who have their children here, and 5 of those students choice into CLP because we know the education and the support and care and love that they are going to get while they're here. One of the huge, biggest, most important reasons why CLP is great is the staff. Our teachers and our counselors and our dean and all of our staff members are hands down the best you will find. They put relationships first. They get to know your children. We know every child in this building as an individual. We know their families often. We know their siblings and other relatives. And by having such strong relationships, this is a strong, small community school where every child is known individually. Every child feels safe. They feel loved. They feel cared for. They build strong connections with adults. And all of that put together, we know leads to high levels of learning for students. Our staff know middle school students. They know how to teach to adolescents. They know how to provide for their very unique needs that they have and get them ready for high school. Our teachers are very collaborative. They work together all the time, and they talk about what are we doing? How is it going? Are students learning? And how do we even get better at the things we're doing? And if there's something that's not working, we talk about it, and we work really hard to make sure that every student experience here is great for every single child, because middle school is a special time. For those of you who already had middle school children, you understand that they are changing and growing every single day. Their mental, emotional growth is happening exponentially. They are constantly experimenting with who they are. They often are trying out new things and new personalities, and sometimes someday they might be someone that you don't quite recognize because they're trying out something new, and they are working really hard to become independent and decide who they are and who they want to be as a human being. And we love being with them on that journey and partnering with you on that journey with them. And not only do we love all middle school kids, that's why we're here in middle school, we love CLP kids. CLP Pirates are hands down the most hardworking, the most fun, the most respectful middle school students, which is what makes our school so special also. We are constantly complimented on our students. Substitute teachers, often the first time they've subbed here, when they're leaving for the day, they tell us how great our students are, what a great day they had. That's a huge compliment. When substitute teachers tell us, our guest teachers tell us how great our kids are. When our athletes are out and playing, they're often complimented for their sportsmanship. When we take students on field trips and go out in the community, We receive emails and calls about how great they were, and those are your kids, and they're amazing, and we are always so proud of them and how they display what it means to be a pirate. Our motto here at CLP is Invictus, and what that means is that I'm the master of my fate and I am the captain of my soul, and all of us together, all the adults and students are always working on how do we create the present that we want that is positive and successful, and how do we create the future that we want. I know you can't read these words. We've been told that it's a little blurry, so again, that's one of those risk-taking things that didn't quite work out for us. So we'll try to read as much on these slides as we can. Our administrative team is made up of myself, Mr. Ellis, Ms. Bramwell is our 6th grade counselor, Mrs. Duke is our 7th and 8th grade counselor, and Mrs. Mahaney is our academic dean and our GT and IB coordinator. We are here to work with you. We believe in that partnership with parents, and things come our way and we work with you, things come your way, you reach out to us, and by wrapping around those services and that support for all of our pirates, they know that that we know everything that they're doing and that we're here to support and help them. This picture shows what I was talking about, that we work hard and we play hard here at CLP. We love to also celebrate and have a good time and have fun together. We do an annual student versus staff volleyball game, and all the other students are in the stands and cheering and having a good fun time. They're often cheering for the students, but they're secretly also cheering for us when we do a good job. All right, CLP is a middle school, is an IB middle school. So you're probably asking yourself, what does it mean to be an IB middle school, and why is that good for my child? First thing, understand that in IB middle school, every student in our school is an IB student. It is not a pull-out program. It's not an elevated program. What it means, and IB is not what we teach, it's how we teach it and how we approach education. It is student-centered, it's inquiry-based, it's about relevance, it's about interdisciplinary and students understanding how all of their subject matters overlap and relate to one another. There's 3 fundamental concepts here. There's holistic learning, which means we believe in teaching the whole child. There's intercultural awareness. Our students really, in every class, they learn about perspectives and other cultures in the world and their local community, and they really start to explore how they see themselves in their community and their world as they are growing quickly into adults. Communication is our 3rd main fundamental concept. We read and write across the curriculum. Our students are presenting all the time. By the time our students get to high school, they know how to write, they can read critically, they are ready to go for anything that's put in front of them. When I speak about interdisciplinary learning, what that means is that we teach through overall concepts and themes. And so down here, there's 6 different global contexts. Like this first one is personal and cultural expression. And so social studies might teach a unit, but the overarching theme is personal and cultural expression. Science might be teaching about chemical equations, but they can do it through talking about personal and cultural expressions. And by teaching that way, students see how everything they're learning relates to broader themes of existence and learning, and see how all the things that they're learning in their different subjects overlap with one another. This picture here is showing, we had our students did a unit on the Holocaust, and they learned about the Holocaust in different ways and different subjects. And then we actually had a Holocaust survivor last year come in and speak to our 8th grade students and share his experiences, which was absolutely powerful for them. Another really important component of being in an IB middle school is the learner profiles. There's 10 learner profiles: risk takers, principled, balanced, caring, open-minded, inquirers, knowledgeable, thinkers, communicators, and reflective. These are all the parts that make us a human being and a learner, and we explicitly use this language and talk to them about, as adults, what we're good at, what we can get better at, how they're doing, what do they want to keep working on and get stronger at that's already a strength for them, how can they get better. And we actually give awards. We do one a month, so like in September, we'll recognize risk takers. And we pick 2 students per grade level, recognize them for being good risk takers, and it's really awesome to recognize kids for doing all these different things and being and displaying characters of what it means to be a good human being. Something that is completely unique to CLP when I talk about interdisciplinary learning is River Week. There's a week in September. Every subject area We do learning in and at the river, and the Poudre River is right behind our school campus. Our science teachers do amazing experiments at the river, and then all the other subject areas do stuff with the river. They might read about it, write poems, draw some pictures. The kids absolutely love it, and it is such a great experience of that experiential inquiry learning that we do here at CLP. We also teach students how to learn. These are called the approaches to learning skills, because learning how to learn and become an independent learner is what we have all done through our lives and how we can be successful in the things we do. And so we explicitly teach them about communication skills, social skills, research, self-management, and thinking, and how to build and get better at those things, because as they get better at those, they learn how to learn by themselves and take learning and apply it in new and interesting ways. And that's why they become so successful once they move through CLP and into high school. And lastly, when we talk about the holistic learner, all of our students take all 8 subject areas every year, because middle school is a time of exploration. It's them learning who they are, learning that they might like things and be good at things that they never even knew existed. And so they take English, social studies, science, math, and art or music, PE, Spanish, and a design technology class every single year. We have a lot of variety of options for them to choose from, and it's really amazing to see them as they get to explore these interests and learn new things and see how all of these subject areas can relate to one another through time. Oh, and this picture is one of our students this fall working in the wood shop on one of our wood machines.
Hey, Future Pirates. Again, my name is Mr. Ellis. I'm assistant principal. One of the things that makes us incredibly unique here is that everything we do at CLP is student-centered and about the holistic approach to education. Whether it's activities and opportunities that are designed for kids and designed by our kids and collaboratively with adults. Some pictures that we have here that illustrate some of these things and that connectedness and the foundation that students find in their education at CLP. You'll notice here, this is a group of graduating seniors who are coming back to CLP to, again, reconnect with their roots and with that foundation of their love for learning. Even in this virtual and hybrid learning times, we've had kids that have helped develop and participate in assemblies, as you'll notice down here from our 4th quarter assembly from the end of last year. And we have a service learning project, an inclusion project done by our 7th graders. Another example is our leadership students organize, create, and run the Haunted Library. That's part of the Fall Carnival. And Pirate students, they lead their learning. Next slide, please. So we have a wealth of offerings in terms of classes and courses. Most 6th graders across the entire district have a pretty fixed schedule. And 6th graders here at CLP will have math and English every day. And they'll have PE, computers, and Spanish, and they'll also get to choose from art, music explorations, and band and orchestra. As 7th and 8th graders, they get to choose from a variety of technology and art classes. And one of the things that makes us really special is our wide variety of honors and advanced courses within math, English, science, social studies, and Spanish. Our strong academic culture leads to half of our students going to high school with an algebra credit, 90% of our kids going to high school with Spanish, with 1 credit in Spanish, a quarter of our kids going to high school with algebra and geometry credit. And for the first time this year, we'll have a quarter of our kids going into high school with Spanish 2 credit. And those numbers speak for themselves. It's such a wonderful jump start to their high school career and really opens up some flexibility at that next level for them too, their ability to engage in those advanced and honors courses. Putting the students at the center of their learning is also shown through our ELO offerings, our extended learning opportunities, where kids get to engage in things that interest them. And students get to pursue these interests through rigorous teacher-led learning environments in ELOs such as Adventures in Technology, Science Olympiad, photography, yoga, chess, outdoor environmental education, just to name a few. The offerings really are limitless. And even virtually, ELOs are structured to extend those student interests and learning at CLP. Support for your child at CLP is very holistic for every single pirate, whether it's academic, social, emotional. Students are supported to grow, and we really focus on educating and supporting the whole child. Small group support exists within our pirate tutorials Monday through Thursday after school, which gives kids some time if they want to come in and work on a particular subject area or want to sit and read a book. That access to them is there. Individual support for students is absolutely wonderful with our academic dean, Ms. Mahaney, and that's a great opportunity for kids to receive, again, individual support. And positive behavioral support systems are in place where kids are rewarded through our Pirate Loot system, and where kids are engaged with our Alveus program, where they're learning pro-social behaviors, and they really take ownership for that work here at CLP. A couple of neat things that you'll see here on the screen is our Give Next group that worked to create a partnership with community organizations. And this is one of my favorites actually here. This is shown in our hybrid learning environment where we have kids in the classroom connecting with kids at home and really bridging that gap and leading that learning. Another awesome program that we have that connects kids and makes kids, again, the center of their learning is our Web Leader program, where our older students are helpful and part of that transition for incoming sixth graders. These student leaders help sixth graders transition through games and activities. To start the year, there's dedicated time for those incoming sixth graders to work with our web leaders, as well as receive support from them throughout the year as they're learning to become pirates. We have a strong foundation of our school-wide expectations within our 3 R's, our respecting others, respecting ourselves, and respecting our environment. Our learner profile awards that you can also, if it weren't for the glare, be able to see within here, and Ms. Bono mentioned earlier. But one of the neat things about our 3 R's and acknowledging, again, the holistic learner is we're able to focus beyond just academics and what it really and truly means to be well-rounded and a learner by acknowledging those other skills and important ways of students that are developing, whether it's being reflective, being a thinker, being an inquirer. Those things are very foundational to our approach here. We also have every student engage and make the pledge for the Pirate Promise, wherein students are pledging not to bully and to help one another, to be inclusive, and to communicate with adults both at home and at school, so collectively we can make sure that students are learning to grow and interact in a positive way. This is strongly set up through our Alveus program that focuses on pro-social behavior, where students lead their work, and there are weekly class meetings and grade level topics that students get to engage with to help create the positive culture. And again, I can't enforce enough the idea that students take ownership, and this is their building. We're here to help guide them, but pirates are the leading the ship as they move from 6th through 8th grade. We have a very strong athletic program as well. 6th graders district-wide have access to cross-country, golf, and track, and of course the city sports. And then by 7th and 8th grade, students are able to explore football, volleyball, cross-country, and tennis in the fall, basketball and wrestling in the winter, track, softball, and golf in the spring. And the most important part of our athletic program is sportsmanship and the development of fundamentals and being able to continue to grow as student athletes. And everywhere we go, we represent ourselves as pirates and leave a positive feeling in those neighboring schools and community. We also focus heavily on preparing kids for high school and also getting ready to win.
So as we've spoken about, we believe in the student experience, and we know that the more that students have to try, and we want to meet the needs of all different kinds of interests of students. So in addition to the ELO offerings, we also offer some after-school clubs. One of the clubs we offer is LEGO Robotics After-School Competitive Club, and here's a really awesome picture of one of our teams last fall. We have Science Olympiad, we have a virtual reality after-school club, we have a modern rock band club, we do pirate conditioning club in the weight room, and some other fun physical activities for students when they're not in sports if they want to do that after school. Like Mr. Ellis talked about, we have our pirate tutorial Monday through Thursday until 5 o'clock in the library. And something else we also do, because we are out here in LaPorte and we have a big attendance zone, and 35% of all of our students choice into here, and parents drive them to come to CLP every day. We get a Bohemian Foundation grant to run 2 activity bus routes Monday through Thursday. It leaves at 5:10, and we have a route that drives and stops and drops students off on their way and stops at Livermore Elementary. And then we have a route that also goes to Tavelli, and that is highly used and very much appreciated by parents when students are in sports and after school activities. All of this put together, relationships, connections, student experience, working hard, having fun, that all leads to high levels of academic excellence. In 2019, the last time we had CMAS tests, we were awarded by the Colorado Department of Education the John Irwin School of Excellence Award. You can also see this same banner hanging behind us. And that award is only given to schools that receive an academic excellence rating across the board in all subject areas on CMAS tests. And you can't see this, and so I'll read a little bit. We had an exceeds rating. We were the 90.3 percentile on state CMAS achievement in 2019. We also really care mostly about growth. We want students to, when they come to us, to grow significantly. Our math growth scores were the third highest among district schools. Our English growth scores were the second highest. 7th grade English, 8th grade English, and 8th grade math growth were all the highest among all middle schools. And our academic achievement, our 8th grade English was the second highest, 7th grade English the second highest. Our geometry students, 100% of them met and exceeded. So this speaks highly to the level of academic excellence that your student will receive here. All right, so if you are lucky enough to live in our attendance zone, you hit the jackpot, you're good to go. We'll send out registration information very soon. If you don't happen to live in our attendance zone, the school choice deadline for first round is the 15th, next Friday at noon. Make sure you fill out that application for first round, because once you go into second round, obviously it's second round, so acceptance becomes less likely. As I was saying, 35% of our students choiced into here. That's a significantly high percentage of choice students into a building. Often in normal existence, transportation can bus choice students by an application process. Sometimes it takes a month or two to get on a bus because they need to make sure there's room, but that is an option when we go back to full busing and transportation. So the application is on the district website. It is also on our website, so I encourage you to do that as soon as you can. It doesn't take real long if you do need to apply. Thank you for joining us tonight in this unique environment. What we're going to do now is we are going to do a building tour. We are going to roll through the building with our laptop and webcam, and you're going to meet all of our staff, and you're going to, by department, so you'll see a lot of classrooms. They're going to have short 3-minute presentations, and then we'll move on to the next one. And that's all through this format, so stay on. That's going to happen right here. After that, when we're done, then there's the time for the Q&A session. That is on the second page of that PDF document that you were emailed yesterday. So then if you have specific questions for specific subject area teachers or our dean, GT coordinator, we have a student panel that they're really excited for. I'll have a Q&A session. You just click that link, you'll go into an online platform, and you can ask those questions that you have. You can also always call or email with other questions as they come up. Okay, let us get things going here for a second. Just hold on for maybe a few seconds as we get set and ready to roll. So the first place we are going to go is we are going to go into our wellness room and we are going to meet our amazing counselors. Come on in. And right now, I'm sorry, we're in the front lobby of the school. The counseling office is right through here.
Hello, students and families. My name is Christy Bramwell, and I'm the 6th grade counselor here at CLPM. The school is such a wonderful place to work with students because it is such a supportive and tight-knit community. I love that I can get to know each of my students really well. Middle schoolers are best because they are kind, authentic, and hilarious. I really enjoy middle schoolers. I support 2nd graders with academic, social, and emotional concerns in their future plans. I work with all the middle schoolers here at CLPMS on their ICAP plans, which are their individual career and academic plans. What are they going to do after high school? I also work with 5th graders transitioning into 6th grade. We have special programming for this, including our web leaders, who are an awesome group of 8th graders who welcome and mentor our incoming students and do lots of fun activities. I'm also involved with our Olveus program, which is our social emotional learning program that makes our school a safe place, and our positive behavioral support plan, which validates and rewards students for all the awesome things they do. Hope to see you here in the future.
Hi everybody, my name's Cheryl Duke and I am the 7th and 8th grade counselor here at CLP. It's hard to believe this is my 19th year here. That speaks volumes. I'm here because I want to be here. I might be a little bit biased, but I think we have the prettiest campus, the best students, and the coolest staff in the whole district. So with that, I really believe that we are a hidden treasure. We're a small community neighborhood school that acts like a family. As a 7th and 8th grade counselor and social worker, I work with all of the students to help with the social, emotional, and academic needs. My area of expertise is in mental health, and so that is an area that I also offer support and resources. You guys right now are in the wellness room. This is our crown jewel of counseling. About 4 years ago, we got a $15,000 grant, and we were able to make this dream come true. This room is available for all students, sometimes staff, wink, wink. Actually, this is a great place for kids to come when they are feeling stressed or they just need a quiet, private place to kind of just decompress. We're pushing and teaching and promoting self-care that's positive and proactive. So what the kids get to do in here is they get 10 minutes. They can play with lots of different objects. Fish normally are here, but not now because of COVID. But we have lots of things for kids to explore while they're in the room. Our data shows that we are using this room and it's doing a great job. Thank you so much. If you have questions, please look at our website for our phone numbers and email addresses. Thank you.
All right, let's go meet our math teachers.
Let's head toward
Thank
math.
you, counselors. Oh, excellent. We have some orchestra student, Mr. Paul Olson, to entertain you tonight. Go for it, buddy. Thank you, Paul.
We're heading into our math classroom.
Hello.
name's Chris Walls. I teach 6th grade math here, and I also assistant coach cross country and track. Welcome to our school.
Hello, I'm Shannon Shockley, and I am another 6th grade math teacher. I also teach the geometry class, which is one of our high school credits class for 8th graders. I also teach Web 2.0, which is a 6th grade technology class that you guys will be taking. Welcome.
Hi, I'm Mr. Lortz. I teach 7th graders, both the 7th graders that are doing the 7th and 8th grade in the same year, and the 7th graders that like to really dig in deep to the math.
Nice. I'm Dale Jackson. I teach the accelerated 6th grade class. I also teach a 7th grade class, and I teach an 8th grade class that is co-taught with our science teacher that combines math and technology. Welcome.
My name is Jade Laughlin, and I teach the algebra courses, and I'm also the head of the math department. So we're going to have a little link that you guys are going to be able to check out for the math department later on, and it's going to have this pathway sheet, so it kind of shows you the pathways that your students can take when they come to CLP. So one thing this math department is pretty rigorous as far as the curriculum that we have. We offer 2 high school credited courses, and we also offer the team taught 8th grade math class with 2 teachers. So that's really good for kids that maybe aren't taking the high school credited course to set them up for their high school classes. So kids either normally as a 6th grader, so they can come in as a 6th grader. They can then take either Math 7 or Math 7-8. If they take the Math 7-8 and do well, they go to the high school algebra class as an 8th grader. Or they can go Math 7 and then take the Math 8 class, which is the team taught tech math class. Some kids come in with really good scores, and we start them out in the Math 7-8 class because most of them, or a lot of them, have the 6th grade standards already taught to them. Then they take Algebra 1 as a 7th grader, and then get to take geometry as an 8th grader. So then they end up getting 2 credits of, 20 credits of high school graduation credits. So it's a pretty good program, and kids do really well. If I could say anything, my kids come to this school, and basically that's the thumbs up I'll give to this school. It's pretty rigorous. This is the department where I really think that kids don't dislike their math teacher, they actually like them. So I'm gonna let Ms. Jackson talk about the activity that we have for the math department.
Now, not to be biased, but we do have the best activity in all the departments. This is our math estimation activity. You will have access to a Google form that has pictures of each of these jars of candy, and you can submit a guess for how many Hershey's Kisses you think are in the large jar, how many Starbursts are in the medium jar, how many Mike and Ikes are in the smaller jar, and these are mini M&Ms in the tiny jar. You can submit a guess for each one of these, and whichever one you are closest to, if you are closest for each one of these, then you get to take this jar home. Thank you for being here tonight, you guys. Make sure to check out our activity link. I hope you enjoy the rest of your tour.
See you in
Thank you,
August.
math teacher.
See ya.
All right, yes, students at CLP love math because they get those people as teachers. How can you get anything better? As they were talking about, remember that PDF document that you were emailed yesterday, there's links for some of the departments to do activities. So you definitely want to do those because we're going to send those to your elementary school or have a time that your parent can come pick them up, but you have to have them all done by Friday. So definitely do those. They're super fun, and you'll get some super cool pirate stuff when you're done. Next, we are going to meet our integrated services teachers. We're going to go right down here to this next room. You'll notice the pirate flag. We put those up so 6th graders only look for the pirate flags to find their classrooms when they're trying to find their way around a big new school their first couple weeks of 6th grade. All right, let's meet our integrated services teacher.
Hi everyone. Welcome to Integrated Services. My name is Liz Farrell and I'm one of the Integrated Services teachers here.
Hi, my name is Liz Lautenschlager. I'm the other Integrated Services teacher.
We help provide small group and pull-out opportunities within the general ed classes. We also teach small reading and math pull-out classes that include a lot of extra support for your child.
Another thing that we offer are study skills classes. where students have the opportunity to work on assignments from other classes, stay caught up, get all of their missing work done, and we have the opportunity to work on IEP goals together.
We also have some time to work on socially emotional wellness activities and executive functioning
Cool, yeah.
activities. Okay, we have an activity for you to do. It's how do you eat an Oreo? And we will be having a Google form for you to fill out at the end, and we wanted someone to sample that.
This is what you would do if you were actually here with us. So you come and you would get an Oreo, which is so exciting, and we would have you eat it here.
Can I eat it?
You could eat it. So you would eat your Oreo.
Mrs. Bono, how are you gonna eat it?
So she shoved the whole thing into her mouth, which is awesome. And now she's stuck wearing a mask, so that's even better. So if you were here, we would make you check that you put the whole cookie in your mouth, and we'd make these awesome. By the end of the night, we'd have all these things, and we'd see how our 6th graders eat their cookies, and that's super fun. So we have a Google Doc for you to fill out, and you check which way you eat your Oreo, and then if you fill it out, we have a bag of little Oreos to go to your school, so
we'll be sending Oreos out. If your child does have an IEP, we also will be scheduling transition meetings this spring with your elementary school. So we'll get a chance to meet you and your child with their 5th grade teacher.
Also, if your child is on an IEP, please, please, please join us for our Q&A session at 7 o'clock. We'd love to see you there. Thanks, guys. Nice to meet you.
Bye. Thank you, Liz and Liz, otherwise known as
Liz
Liz.
and Liz show.
The Liz and Liz show.
Please take an Oreo on your way out
The Liz Squared show. We're gonna go right in here, and we are going to meet our English department.
Bye.
Greetings.
Hi, I'm Danny Fennell. I teach 6th grade English here at CLP. I also coach volleyball and I run the spelling bee. Our English department uses the Units of Study curriculum to teach writing through a collaborative workshop model. And in every unit, the kids have tons of choice in the books they read and the topics they get to write about, and they get to work in book clubs and with writing partners through every unit.
Hi, my name is Cheryl Gadwa, and I teach 7th grade English here at CLP. I also teach one class of 6th grade English. I'm the English department head and the 7th grade team leader. We also offer honors English for our 7th graders. Some of our 7th grade units in English this year are a short story unit, we have a nonfiction unit, we have an argument unit, a poetry unit, a folklore mythology unit, and we concentrate a lot on vocabulary and writing.
Hello, future pirates. My name's Dave Neisler, and I am the 8th grade English teacher here. So I teach the 8th grade English classes. What I love about 8th grade English here at CLP is how interactive and how social it is. You get to pick a book that you really want to read. You get to read that book with friends and discuss it and just have rich conversations. That's one of the things that I think is awesome about it. The other thing that makes me so proud of 8th grade English and just all of our 8th grade classes is I have so many students come back here after going to high school and tell me just how grateful they are, how prepared they were. They go to high school, they go to Poudre, a few go to Rocky, some go to Collins, but they always come back and they say, I was so ready. I was afraid when I was going there about how hard it was going to be, but you guys had me ready and it wasn't hard. And I felt totally ready to hit the ground running in high school. And that's what I love about 8th grade here at CLP, is that we are confident when we send you off as 8th grade pirates that you're ready for the challenges ahead of you. So what we have for an activity, also I am the NJHS facilitator. So think about joining NJHS. It's an awesome program. We do the Give Next program. If you click on the link on the English activity, you'll see this acrostic poem where you're going to make a name poem. So in addition to all those other things, I'm also slowly and inevitably becoming our unofficial mascot. So let me go ahead and introduce Pirate Neisler to you, and he will explain the activity. And if I can just get my hair tie out, because Pirate Neisler needs his flowing mane.
Yar! 'Tis I, Pirate Neisler, here to explain how to compose an acrostic poem. You're gonna make your name. My friends call me Dave. You're gonna think of a word for each letter in your name that describes you. You're gonna write that word. You'll see on the form if you email your finished poem to Miss Cheryl Gadwa here, we'll send to your elementary school a color version of your acrostic name poem. So make sure you click in there later and make a poem. And choose to be a pirate. May anyone ever chooses to be a pirate and regrets it. Off you go. Second star to the right.
Bye.
Hoist the mainsail. Avast, ye swabs.
Well, those were our English teachers. Very entertaining, always a good time. Next up, we have Miss Lotus, who's going to play for us. Thank you, Lotus. Good job.
Nice job.
Okay, so out these windows, it is nighttime, so you can't quite see. But behind here is a beautiful campus. We have our football field and then the river, the Poudre River Trail is right back there with the Poudre River. And that's where obviously students do River Week that I was talking about earlier. Right back up. Okay, now we're gonna meet our Spanish teachers. Let's meet our Spanish teachers.
Hola, soy señora Vega. Hola, soy señora Berg. Somos las maestras de español en CLP. Along with Spanish, I teach a drama extension class, and I am the web coordinator. WEB is the orientation program for 6th grade students who are new to CLP. In addition to Spanish, I'm also the ELD coordinator, and I support students who speak other languages in the home. I also teach the yoga extensions class and Mentoring Pirates. Mentoring Pirates is a program in which middle school students go over to the elementary school in order to mentor students and to help teachers. CLP is an IB school, so everyone gets to take Spanish every year. Your experience level and your desired difficulty determine your language track. If you're new to Spanish or have little previous Spanish experience, you'll take the basic track. What that means is you will start in 6th grade with the basics class, then you will move in 7th grade to Spanish 1A, and in 8th grade, you will take Spanish 1B for high school credit. If you have previous Spanish experience, such as speaking Spanish at home, attending an IB bilingual elementary school, or simply wanting more of a challenge, you will take our advanced track. You will start with 6th grade advanced Spanish, move to 7th grade Spanish, which is Spanish 1B for high school credit in 7th grade, and then go to 8th grade and take Spanish 2, which is also for high school credit. As you can see, CLP is special because everyone who passes Spanish has already taken a high school class, and that goes on their high school transcript. We have so much fun in Spanish class. Under normal circumstances, we sing songs, we play games, we read, write, listen, and speak Spanish as much as we can in class. We can also talk about culture, geography, and music from Latin America. We do lots of fun projects about cultural topics and learn about life in Spanish-speaking countries. We also go on a field trip to the Global Village Museum to see their Day of the Dead exhibit. During your time at CLP, you will read at least 6 novels in Spanish. Don't worry, these novels are written for students just like you who are learning Spanish, so they're easy to understand. The novels are filled with cognates, or words that look and sound similar in two languages. For example, computadora means computer. Your task is to fill out the Google form with the link provided. See how many cognates you know or can guess. The winner gets a prize. Gracias. Hasta luego.
Hasta luego. Gracias.
Gracias.
All right, next, we are going to meet our social studies teachers. These are 7th and 8th grade lockers. We saw those earlier. 6th graders have their own lockers, which you'll see later. 7th and 8th graders will often share a locker, and you'll see these blue lockers around the building. Time to meet our social studies teachers.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Hi. Welcome. Come on in. Come on into social studies. Hi. Hi.
So my name is Miss Cool, and this is my 4th year here at CLP. And there's a few different things that I do here. So I'm the 6th grade world geography teacher. So I teach every single 6th grader here at CLP for social studies. So when you come next year, I'll be your teacher. In 6th grade world geography, we focus on the Western Hemisphere. So we learn all about North America, Central America, and South America while meeting all the state social studies standards. I also teach some of the 7th grade world history classes. And again, we meet all of our social studies standards with kind of a world history focus, starting with ancient Greece and ancient Rome, working up to present day. In both of those classes, and also in 8th grade, we have a couple of cool things that we really do. We do the geography bee, which is a competition, kind of like the spelling bee, but with geography. During River Week, we have a really cool photo contest. And then also I teach an ELO class called Leadership, which is where students get to work on spirit weeks and school dances and fun school events like the Haunted Library and the Fall Carnival. And so, I'll hand it over to Mr. Denise.
Hi, I'm Mr. Denise. I teach 7th grade world history and 8th grade U.S. history. We have a special program here at CLP called the Honors Program. And the way Honors works in social studies is it's a pull-out class. So we actually have separate classes for honor students and standard students. This way, each student can get the level of challenge that's appropriate for them. We decide who the honor students are going to be, or kids can opt into the honors program at the end of 6th grade. So that's something that Ms. Cool is going to be talking to her students about in a few days. Okay, we have a current events ELO, and we also play a really fun game called the stock market game. We have an activity here that I think we're going to run a little short on time on, but we can show you, are you smarter than a 5th grade?
So our first question, we want to know if you know what mountain range this is, and there's a picture. You can kind of think in your head. It's close by.
I think I know what this is.
Yes.
I've been there before.
Yeah, me
It's
too.
beautiful.
Yep.
Okay.
It's right in our backyard.
It is.
The Rocky Mountains.
I hope you got that right at home. Got one more for you. Who is this man? Okay, hopefully you know who this is. Miss Poole, do you recognize this man?
I do.
You do. Where I've seen him on the $1 bill.
Yep, I have seen him on many president posters.
Okay, yeah.
And I think he maybe was the first president.
And I'm sure you all know at home that this is in fact George Washington. So we have a couple more for these, but we want to tell you a little bit about a fun activity that we have for you online. And that is our Are You a Geography Genius quiz. And you'll find this by going to the CLP website. And we can show you right here in just a second. We'll show you. Go to the CLP website, you click on the document, and you go to Social Studies. And you'll find Are You a Geography Genius?
So if you go on the CLP website, scroll right here and click where it says Virtual Open House. Oops, it looks like this. And then in the history section, it's just a Google form that you fill out with some questions.
And they get a prize.
Yep, anyone who takes it and gets 100% will get a prize.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thanks for coming in tonight. Hope to see you guys soon.
I think I'm gonna have to take the geography
Yes.
quiz and see how I do. I used to be a social studies teacher. Hopefully I don't embarrass myself. Thank you, thank you.
Bye. Have a good night.
Okay, next we're gonna hop right into the next room and meet our science teachers and see all the cool things that they do in science class. Here we go. They're hyping themselves up, man. They're ready. They're excited. I hear them saying, here we go, here we go.
All right. Good evening. Welcome to our sixth grade classroom. Here at CLP, we have a lot of fun doing labs in science and working together to learn more about science. I am Mrs. Hicks, and I teach 8th grade science. And when you get into 8th grade, eventually, you will learn a lot about physical science by doing chemistry and physics labs. Miss Bannock would be here right now, but she's not because she couldn't be here. But she's the 7th grade teacher. And in 7th grade, you learn a lot about life science, and you'll do a lot of, genetics labs and stuff with microscopes, looking in there. And we also have Miss Richmond here.
Good evening. I am Miss Richmond, and I teach 6th grade science here. The 6th grade science curriculum is all earth science. Like Miss Hicks said, 8th grade's physical science, 7th grade's life science, and 6th grade is earth science. We have 3 main units, astronomy, weather, and geology. In astronomy, the students did a great seasonal change project this fall where they went outside and took pictures of all the leaves changing color. They're just finishing up a planet project right now. We're going to go into weather and do oceans, the water cycle, and weather. Geology, we're going to do volcanoes and earthquakes. Some of the things that we do in science is River Week, and that's this over here. And I know Ms. Bono talked about River Week, but that's one of the highlights that we do here, especially in the science department. We also have a wildlife camera, and that's what this is here. And then we also do Science Olympiad. So Ms. Hicks is our Science Olympiad coach, so I'm going to let her talk a little bit about Science Olympiad.
There's nothing other to know except for sign up for Science Olympiad. You want to compete against other schools and do really well, go to the state competition. Science Olympiad is the way to go. If you like, sign up for that. But this evening, we also have a chemical, just forgot the word. Experiment? A chemical reaction. Here we go. That is going to happen this evening. And your task is to figure out what the contents, what we are combining in order to make this chemical reaction happen. And so I'm going to have you fill out the form when it's time. And in 3, 2, 1. Oh, if you can tell us, and I should have had on my goggles, if you can tell us what was in that chemical reaction, then you will get a prize sent to your elementary school. So thank you, thanks for being here.
Yep, thank you.
Have a good night.
And have a good
See you
evening.
next year.
Yep.
Woo, that was awesome.
Woo. All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
So friends, I know that we froze just a little bit, and we're frozen again.
Are we frozen? Shoot.
Okay, we're unfrozen. I just wanted to say, in case you missed any of that,
Way to show it.
to go ahead and
That's what it looked like.
when you fill out the form, is to put what you thought the chemical reaction is.
I'm worried about it.
Okay.
We're on? Okay, here we're back on. Sorry about that. We seem to have lost some internet connectivity. Okay, we're gonna slow down for a second. You can see, back up a little bit so they can see the mural. So you'll see in these back halls, and you might have seen as we were walking through the halls, all of our 8th grade classes, as they leave, they get to design and create and make their own mural that showcases things that happened during their 8th grade year at school, in the world and in their country. And so as we go through, you'll probably see some of those on the wall. So next, we're going to go here in our cafeteria, and we're going to see what awesome, amazing, super fun thing Mr. Crockett has in store for us.
Hello, everyone. Can you see me? I am Mr. Crockett, and I am the 6th grade PE teacher. I also teach 7th and 8th grade PE and 7th grade health. I am also the head boys golf coach, and actually 6th grade students can play golf. So that's kind of a cool thing. So what we're doing today, I'm going to show you one of the cool things we do here at CLP, and that's the climbing wall. Okay, we got some other cool things too. We got a disc golf course outside that we play. We got a bike unit. We have about 30 bikes that we use. And when the nice weather hits, then we get to go on bike rides, which is really cool. Not too many schools do that. Not too many schools have a disc golf course. Not too many schools have a climbing wall. So this is Tyson, and he is going to be my risk taker, which is one of our learner profiles. Now, when we practiced the other day, he hadn't climbed before, so he took a risk, and now he absolutely loves it. So he's gonna go up the wall, and I'm gonna kind of talk while he goes up the wall. So I am the belayer, he is the climber. Tyson, you ready? Go for it, climb. Now, it's a lot of problem solving climbing the wall, okay? And he's pretty good at it. This is considered the easy wall, but he has climbed all 3, and he does a really good job at it. Kids will come in and say, I don't like the wall, I'm afraid. And then they leave my class and they've climbed it, and they've conquered a fear, which is really cool. Okay, Tyson made it up to the top. Did you ring the bell? Okay. Ring the bell, we have bells up there. All right, so he's gonna come down. Okay, I'm gonna let him down easily, most of the time. Good job, Tyson. Tyson's one of our 6th grade students, and he is phenomenal. So he absolutely, well, I'll let him. You like CLP?
Yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So with the climbing wall, we take a lot of pride on our safety. Okay, Miss Bannock and I, who have taught this for 16 years, we have not had an accident. Okay, so we really pride ourselves, and the kids do an excellent job with it. So it's a lot of fun. Even if you're afraid, a lot of those fears can go away, okay? And a lot of times too, if I have time, sometimes we'll take 2 kids that don't get along with each other, okay? One of them I'll teach them how to belay, one of them will climb. So guess what happens? They have to trust each other. So, welcome to CLP. I hope you come and join us. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you, Tyson.
Bye.
Excellent. That was super fun. Something else you get to do when you come to CLP, huh? All right, we're gonna head back out into this hallway, and then we're gonna cruise a couple hallways, and then we're gonna head on in and see our music room, and I believe we have more orchestra students in there waiting for us. And on these halls here, you'll see we have more murals, some kind of recent ones. To our left here, we have a weight room, and that's where we do our workout club, and PE will do a lot of stuff in there too through the year to make sure I'm not running into anything. Out these doors here is our softball field, which is where you get to go after you eat lunch. You'll see all over we have our respect posters saying exactly what it means to be respectful in certain places in the building. So that one tells you how to be respectful in the hallway. All right, let's head on into our music room and meet Mr. Gazzi.
Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Mr. Gezi, and I'm the Director of Bands, Choirs, Orchestras, and Teach Music Explorations, along with computers and yearbook here at CLP Middle School. As a small school, we have great music facilities providing space for students to receive a lot of individualized and group instruction, with performance opportunities of a school twice our size. Throughout the year, students learn from special guests and attend field trips, including our annual music field trip to Cincinnati and a show in Denver. In addition, the yearbook staff of 7th and 8th graders has received the National Yearbook Program of Excellence Award the past 2 years, first in the school's history. As challenging as this past year has been, along with the support of the students and families, I've been working to keep the music alive for our students, and tonight we will hear a first. The first time these students have played together since the start of the pandemic. The last time they played together was back in early March. So enjoy and have a great night.
That was so wonderful, such a great group of kids. Let's make our way toward our technology room. And as we're going, you'll see more murals. This mural here was done in the virtual environment where kids sent in their work and we were able to put it together and still represent their year last year. So great work, still being connected to their experience last year and creating their mural. As we head toward the technology room, you'll continue to see, again, more murals and more representation of student-centered the environment. So there's going to be several stops here within the tech room. We're going to start in the woodshop area and then make our way to looking at 3D printers as well as robotics.
Hi, welcome to COP. I am Mr. Kerwin and I teach the IBMYP design classes. Those classes include robotics engineering, architecture and building, woodcrafts, 3D design. I'm also the first LEGO League coach, also called LEGO Robotics. This is one of my rooms. This is the wood shop. Over on this side, we have the main classroom. And as we work out toward the front door, we'll walk right through the maker space. In design classes, we have a foundation of the design cycle. This is the criteria that kind of governs everything we do. The design cycle is a very elegant, proven method that all my students follow in all my classes. It's an organizational tool. It's a way to prepare, to plan, to create, and to evaluate. As they walk through these stepping stones, the main areas would be investigate, develop their ideas, creating the solution, and evaluating. Each one of those criteria has sub-criteria, a total of 16. It's very organized and it keeps students very focused in how they address challenges in all my classes. Let's take a look at some of the projects that my students might address. In architecture, students learn to draft, technical drafting. They create their design specifications with the challenge of making the strongest bridge. Once they develop their draft and are ready to build, they build their bridges out of balsa wood and glue. When they are completed, they end up testing their bridges on the platform and to see which one holds the greatest weight. It is a lot of fun. It is also very rigorous method in having fun. One of my favorite compliments from my students is that my classes are very rigorous, but they have fun, so much fun along the way that it's almost easy for them to do. As we go through the 8 3D printers that I have, students also face challenges in developing certain items through specifications, like these CO2 cars. When we get into wood crafts, we also have the CO2 cars that students can develop. We also have another challenge of the catapults. Students also have an opportunity to create their creature characters, which is kind of an introductory activity to the woodshop. We also do wood puzzles. Simple machines exercises are always a foundation in all my classes, whether it is architecture and building, wood crafts, or in robotics engineering. Students also have an opportunity to create games. Students made a giant Jenga in my class, and we also have a slingshot over here. As we get to the front of the room, in robotics engineering, we have various coding programs, Arduinos. Students learn to code in different languages. We also have codable drones, which is going to be a big part of the robotics program. As we get into the last stage of the semester in robotics engineering, we use the NXT and the EV3 robots to address various challenges as well. My classes are rigorous. They make kids think, they're challenging, but they're obviously a lot of fun. Thank you very much for dropping by. Hope to see you next year.
That was amazing. Thank you, Mr. Kerwin. Have the rest of your night. And all that super cool stuff you get to do and learn when you're here. Okay, next we're gonna turn left. We're gonna go right into the art room and we're gonna see Mr. Hall. We're gonna go right into the art room here, see Mr. Hall, see what he has in store for us. What new, fun, cool thing are we gonna see?
Oh, hey, we're expecting you guys. Look at that. Hey, you made it till the end of the tour. So if you've stuck with us this whole time and you've enjoyed everything you've seen, I'm proud of you. I think that's cool. It means you're tough. It means you can stick with it. It means you might have Invictus. You could be a pirate, and I think you are. My name is Mr. Hall. I've been the art teacher here at CLP for going on 22 years, and I love it. I basically live in this room. I'm also the wrestling coach. I also run the after-school conditioning club, which is amazing for 6th graders because there's, you know, some of the sports that you can't do all year long. When you're a 6th grader here, you can work out after school with me and play games and things like that and stay in shape and get ready for all those sports in your 7th and 8th grade years. So I think that's a really cool thing. We'll get you guys in shape. What I'm doing right now is I'm throwing a couple of bowls on the pottery wheel. And in my art classes here, we do a lot of things. We do, you know, obviously we draw, we paint, we make prints, we write about art, we learn about art. But really the number one thing that kids love to do is get their hands in clay. And so this time of year, there's an event called the Empty Bowls event, okay? And empty bowls represent hunger in our community. When a bowl is empty, there's nothing to fill it. And so what this event does is raises money for the food bank of Larimer County. Every bowl that I make, that students make, we work together, we glaze them, and we try to get at least 100 bowls every year from my pottery classes to donate to this fundraiser. And each bowl becomes a souvenir for somebody who pays $50, $55 for a ticket for this event, and all of that money goes to the food bank. And so we try to raise a lot of money, and especially, as you guys know, this time there's a lot of people using that right now. So I think it's cool when art can help out and be bigger than just having fun, even though that's a big deal of what we do here. So you made it through the tour. I hope you like CLP. You can't go wrong. I've sent my 2 kids here. I got a 6th grader here right now, and the teachers are just great. I mean, they're writing poems. What are they making cotton candy in the science room? Don't eat any of that stuff, I have a feeling, but I don't know what's going on there, but things look good. So hope you enjoyed the tour. You made it. CLP rocks. Love it. See you guys.
Thank you.
Mr. Hall.
All right, that was super fun again. See all those cool things you can make. And as an IB school, we really focus on community service. Every single student in this building does community service every year that they're here. And then we do a lot of extra community service too, because that's just who we are. We're a part of our community, and we want to make sure that we're a good and productive part of that community. You can see here on the left, these are your 6th grade lockers. You see they're half lockers. 6th graders get their own lockers. And they're right here, and we've circled right back to the office and the lobby where we started. So the 6th grade lockers are right outside the office. Here's another bank of 6th grade lockers. We're out here every day, every passing period, helping you out. You can see we love to display students everywhere we are. These are pictures of students all over the walls, because that's what we are all about. That's the tour. You just met all of our teachers, our counselors. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. You can see why we love CLP so much. So a few reminders. As we close this out, then on the second page, you can find the links of that document to Q&As for anybody that you want to talk to. Make sure you notice there is a student parent panel that you can join. Also, you can talk to counselors, math teachers, our GT coordinator, myself, and also look at the links, the activity links, and complete those for your prizes. Those are super fun activities to do.
Thanks, it was wonderful having you. Again, as Ms. Bono mentioned, please do join us for the Q&A, and we look forward to talking to you.
So we will start the Q&As here in about 2 minutes. Give us about 2 minutes, but you can click in. You'll just have to wait for your the teachers to join in. I'll make an announcement here in just a second as soon as we sign off for teachers to get onto that. Thank you. Have a great night. Please reach out if you have any questions at all. We appreciate you joining us. Take care.
Thanks, everybody.